Hello, we're going to be looking at the moon's transits for the 15th, 16th and 17th of October. This is one hell of a month, as well as transits, because I'm going to stick the transit in as well, because I think they're kind of quite exciting. Right, let's commence, as they say. Boy, we are in for some serious changes, Okay, let's go to the 15th. Okay, so moon is going to be in Dhanishta on Friday, tomorrow. I'm doing this a little bit earlier because I have things to do, family stuff. So, wow, it's amazing. So we have moon in Dhanishta. Dhanishta, it's a very, very, very powerful nakshatra. It really is all to do with success. And yes, so you can see that moon is just between Saturn and Jupiter. Moon doesn't do very well in Saturn signs, enemies to each other, and is sitting with a very, very strong Saturn. Saturn is also sitting in Moon's nakshatra. So it has been a really tough time for all of us for some time now, whilst Saturn has been sitting in Shravana, and it's also retrograded back into it for a few months. And now since the 11th, 12th of this month, October, it's been going direct. So things are kind of started to move forward now. And so what can it tell us about, about Dhanishta? So Dhanishta, I would say, is one of those nakshatras which is not really good for marriage. It's not a day to get married at all. Obviously, it'll just have the energy of Saturn and Mars. So it's very good for some stuff, but not really that good for marriage as such. So this is moon in, it's all about kind of wealth. And, it's thinking about just achievement, because it's partly in Dhanishta, is partly in obviously Capricorn, which is the 10th natural sign of the zodiac, but it also goes into the 11th house, which is the gains of the work. So it's all kind of to do with your own personal agenda, really. So but it needs to be selfless in a sense, because it goes into Aquarius. So this is literally the wealthiest, the most sort of famous, most benevolent, auspicious of the nakshatras, in a sense. And this will be great for many things, particularly anything to do with religion. Absolutely amazing. That belief system, it's great because it's the drums. It's great for dancing, music, entertainment. It's fantastic for things to do with travel, because obviously it's that movement, like even the trains or cars, they have that kind of back and forth of the almost like tempo, if you like, that they have. It's very creative. It's all to do with, because obviously it goes into Aquarius partly as well. It's all to do with high tech technology. Any form of financial transaction will be good. Yoga, meditation, Tai Chi, gardening, treatment of any form of disease, because it's then going on to Shatabisha for the healing. It's great for education, learning, any form of money lending, money transaction, clothing, property, acquiring, moving of property, anything like that. It's going to a recital, theatre, concert, gig, festival will be amazing. and all forms of ceremonies, and anything that is involving groups as well will be very successful on a day like where moon is in Dhanishta. It's, as I said, not very good for romance, marriage, or any form of sexual activity. And it's not, I mean, if you wanted to start a new regimen like dieting and coming off certain drugs or something, addictions, it's not very good for anything like that. But it's not a very good day for love and nurture, really, any sort of domesticity, any form of partnerships, things like that. Not very good for any form of gentleness, if you like, because after all, it is all to do with Mars. This is in Capricorn and Aquarius. Saturn, it's to do with, it's all about achievement. So it's not really about anything to do with what do you call it? Softness and gentleness, not at all. So yeah, so this is the nakshatra for achievement, really. And then let's do this. The next day, yes, so we have on the 16th, moon will be going, I'm visiting a friend, so I'm not actually in London at the moment, but just like so, we will be in Shatabisha. Shatabisha, ruled by Rahu, all about technology here. It is amazing healing. It's 1,000 remedies, 1,000 healers. This is pretty something, this nakshatra. So when you have in one of the nodes and Saturn coming together in what will be like the 11th house of natural zodiac as well. So we have these connotations of groups getting together as well. So Shatabisha is it's all to do, it can have connotations to do with space, the galaxies, outer world. It can also be like being open, not it's a very secretive place where moon is, but it's being encouraged to be not to be lonely, but to actually explore, like, because it's in the house of other people, groups and friends, to be open to other things. So this will be a really amazing day, Shatabisha, because it's all about it's a nakshatra for healing, and hundreds of physicians and doctors and healers. So yeah, so it will be very good for business and contracts, property, land, education, any form of recreation, buying a car, going on a hike, cycling, any form of astrology, the occults, medicine, rejuvenation, meditation, yoga, any form of marine science, media, anything to do with recreation, any form of recreation, educational knowledge, real estate, as I said. Going by the sea, it's amazing. All forms of technology and internet and all of that will be really favorable day for that. So it's pretty, it's a really successful nakshatra, and but it's not good for children and fertility treatments or any form of marriage. It's not good for anything to do with the courts, judges and lawsuits, any form of negativity that's to do with discord, arguing, divorce. Not very good for starting a new relationship, or actually it's not even that good for socializing, because it's more to do with healing, really. So you don't want to be doing any form of financial matters on the day when moon is in Shatabisha. or buying you don't want to be going shopping, anything like that, or you don't want to be cleaning your house on a day like today either. Just really concentrating on meditation, being by the sea, traveling with your, buying a car, maybe even, just to do with land and business, but not really financial stuff. You don't want to do anything financially like that, banking and stuff. So that will be to do with Shatabisha. And then we have then on Sunday, which will be, I think, 17th. So that's Sunday, 17th of October. What will happen is Purva Bhadrapada will be the nakshatra that moon will be in. This is it's the odd one out kind of nakshatra. It's very unusual in its approach to life, generally speaking, ruled by Jupiter. And so it's literally in the house of desires. So you want to do things like go on a walk or journey or something in order to literally get the mind rested, because Purva Bhadrapada is very out of the box nakshatra. It's not a day to do many things. It's the power of this nakshatra is about spirituality and evolutionary things to do with your spiritual growth, really. So, and spiritual knowledge. So, not really a day for marriage or sexual activity, any form of beginnings, really, or dealing with authorities in any way, shape, or form will not be good on Purva Bhadrapada. But it's the things, it's more to do with taking risks, dealing with water and agriculture and technology, and any form of stuff that is normally a little bit challenging, a bit daredevilish, gives you the power to do dangerous endeavors, if you like. But definitely will not be a day for romance, I'd say. So you want to be aware of that. So that's it from me, folks. And stop share. Looking forward to seeing you next time. Have a great few days. I'll see you on Monday. Thank you very much. Oh, actually, no, let's not finish this. Let's go back. Let's have a look at all the under skies as well. Let's see what's happening, because Sun is also going to be debilitated on Sun is actually moving. Let's just check. Literally on the 17th, Sun is going to be debilitated. And yes, so basically Sun will be debilitated on Sunday, which is Rule Sunday. So yeah, and here we are. Let's take Sun back into Libra. Sun will be entering Libra around about 9 a.m, 10 minutes past 9 on Sunday morning. And its dispositor Venus as well will not be in a great position then, because Venus will be in Scorpio. So here we have a situation now. I want to look at this actually. Let's take the ascendant forward to, let's do it from Aries, because it's always more clear when here we are. So it just means now Sun will be in, from the 17th, Sun will be actually in Libra, and which is the natural seventh house of the zodiac. So it actually means that authorities, bosses, and governments might be actually might be feeling weak, and they'll be dealing with what would be like with people with there can be quite a lot of legal things happening with the Sun being in Libra, and Sun is also being hemmed. Seventh house of the natural zodiac is being hemmed by Mars, from Virgo, and also Ketu from Scorpio. So it just means there's a lot of pressure on the sun to conform to. It has got to listen to other people, listen to the legal advice that they get in, listen to people, because obviously Saturn is gone into Saturn's other people. It's now there's got to be compromise from the sun. I mean, don't get me wrong, it is also like rules the fifth house of the natural zodiac. So it is a Raja Yoga, but it's not in good condition. So there's going to be compromises to do with education, to do with children, because this also fifth house ruler in the seventh house. So it looks as though the governments will be actually stepping down on some of the plans that they have for education and children going forward. Yeah, so it's and there is also, because the natural the actual dispositor of the sun, Venus, is gone into the natural eighth house of the zodiac. So what it's actually indicating is that basically Venus is in Mercury Nakshatra. So Mercury, we know that rules learning and communication industry, and also rules young people, adolescents as well, students, pupils. And so there's some secretive stuff coming out about that, and that it remains to be seen what that will be. And also there's some secretive talks going on behind the scenes, and Ketu is actually bringing some old stuff up as well. So because Ketu is trying to clean up things to do in Scorpio whilst it's there, so it's going to give us all a little bit of trouble in whatever house Scorpio happens to be in our chart. So we have to deal with some past karma. And so this is obviously, telling times for all of us, really. So, and Jupiter also Jupiter is the 9th and the 12th house ruler. So here, 12th house will be hospitals, faraway lands, addictions, isolations, long distance travel, as I said. And the 9th house ruler, which is the law, spirituality, beliefs, kind of teachers, lecturers, professors, people with some level of higher knowledge are actually in communication with the government, as you can see, as Jupiter and Saturn. Jupiter will, there's some negotiations going on there because they are listening. This is Shravana, they're listening to, so there's some things going on there. And Rahu is also from the second house, is Taurus, is also aspecting them, and it's also, so there's a lot going on with health, healing, things to do with nutrition and daily routine, service, looking after other people. And so there's lots going on there. So, and also having Mars there, Mars and Mercury together, it could just be that, we are currently starting to deal with, the flu season is coming up, flu and cold and allergies and things, winter, autumnal, trees dropping leaves and everything. So we're dealing with a few more issues to do with health. So Mars is there actually initiating, like, the energy being put there into actually healing. So yeah, there's lots of things going on there, so as you can see. And but Mars is combust by the sun. Sun is not strong though. So the leaders, the bosses, so if your boss is bossing you around and being unreasonable, if you feel as though they're being unreasonable, you should tell them, really, because I think you could negotiate with them. Sun in Libra is more open to negotiation than it is when it's strong, so you can actually see your viewpoint better, because it's house of other people, it's house of Venus, which through negotiation which is to do with sort of negotiation, to do with anuradha, really. And coming up with a friendly, so if you feel as though your boss hasn't given you like your deserved holiday, your entitlements, you can actually negotiate that with them, because Sun will be much more open to and receptive whilst it is in Libra. Right, so that's it from me. I shall see you soon. Thank you.